The air crackled with tension. Words sharp as shards of glass pierced Alex's heart. He felt small, insignificant, worthless. His voice, usually brimming with laughter, caught in his throat. Each bitter syllable pushed him further into a corner of isolation. When the storm finally subsided, there was only a deafening silence. Alex stumbled out of the house, the echo of the argument ringing in his ears. His chest ached with a familiar, suffocating tightness. He needed to escape, to breathe, to find a semblance of peace in the chaos that had become his life. His feet, heavy with unspoken words and unshed tears, carried him to the familiar comfort of the nearby park. The park, usually bustling with life, seemed eerily quiet. The laughter of children, the chirping of birds, the rustling of leaves, all seemed distant and muted. Alex found an empty bench beneath a weeping willow, its branches mirroring the despair that engulfed him. He wanted to scream, to rage, to let out the torrent of emotions trapped within him, but all he could manage was a choked sob that escaped his lips like a whimper. The park offered no answers, only a space to breathe. Alex sat there for what felt like hours, the silence amplifying the turmoil within him. He traced patterns in the wood of the bench, each groove a testament to the weight of his sadness. The sun began its descent, casting long shadows that stretched across the grass. Alex looked up at the changing colors of the sky and felt a flicker of something unfamiliar. It wasn't peace, not yet, but a glimmer of hope. He realized that running away, while necessary in that moment, wasn't a solution. He needed to heal, to find a way to mend the fractured pieces of himself. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the willow as if whispering encouragement. Alex closed his eyes, taking a deep breath of the cool evening air. He thought about the people in his life who loved him, who saw his worth even when he couldn't. A wave of longing washed over him, a yearning for connection, for understanding. He knew he wasn't alone in this. Countless others had endured similar pain, had felt the sting of family conflict. And if they could find a way to heal, to forgive, to move forward, then so could he. The first step, he realized, was to break the silence, to reach out to someone he trusted, someone who would listen without judgment. As he walked home, the weight of his sadness began to lift, replaced by a flicker of determination. He would not let this break him. He would rise above the hurt, stronger and more resilient than before. Reaching his apartment, Alex felt the familiar loneliness wrap around him like a shroud. The silence was deafening, a constant reminder of the distance that stretched between him and his family. He longed for the comfort of their voices, their laughter, their love. But for now, he had to find solace in his own strength, his own resilience. He knew that healing wouldn't happen overnight. It would be a long and arduous journey, fraught with setbacks and moments of doubt, but he was determined to embark on this path, to find his way back to wholeness. He deserved peace. His family deserved peace, and he wouldn't rest until he found it. Section 4. Time heals all wounds. Days turned into weeks. Alex focused on himself, on rebuilding his life brick by fragile brick. He allowed himself to grieve the loss of what could have been the idyllic family he had always craved. He let the tears flow freely, cleansing the wounds that ran deep. He began to understand that time, while a cruel thief of joy, was also a patient healer. The sharp edges of his pain gradually softened, replaced by a dull ache that no longer threatened to consume him. He found solace in the quiet moments, in the simple act of breathing, of existing. He reconnected with old friends, their laughter a balm to his wounded spirit. They didn't offer solutions or platitudes, just a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and a reminder that he was loved. He rediscovered the joy in simple pleasures, a good book, a walk in nature, a shared meal with friends. Section 5. A Letter Unsent. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Alex sat down with a pen and paper. Words flowed onto the page, a torrent of emotions he hadn't realized he was still carrying. He wrote about the pain, the anger, the confusion, the longing for reconciliation. He poured his heart out, baring his soul in a way he never could in person. When he was finished, he felt a sense of release, as if a weight had been lifted from his chest. He read the letter over, each word a testament to his journey, his pain, his growth. He knew he wasn't ready to send it. Perhaps he never would be. But the act of writing, of giving voice to his unspoken truths was healing in itself. It was a promise to himself, a commitment to his own emotional well-being. Section 6. Forgiveness and Hope. Forgiveness, he realized, wasn't about condoning the actions of others. It was about releasing the bitterness that poisoned his own heart. It was a gift he gave himself, a path towards peace. He began to see his family, not as villains in his narrative, but as flawed individuals grappling with their own demons. Their actions, while hurtful, stemmed from a place of pain. Understanding this didn't excuse their behavior, but it allowed him to view them with compassion, to see the humanity behind the hurt. He began to let go of the anger, the resentment, the need to be right. He embraced the present, focusing on nurturing the relationships that brought him joy. He learned to set boundaries to protect his own emotional well-being. He discovered the power of self-care, of prioritizing his own needs. Alex's journey was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the transformative power of forgiveness, and the enduring hope that even in the darkest of times, light can be found.